Okay, solve each of the following, giving you answers to 3 significant figures. So this kind of gets us back to the idea that we discussed at the beginning, isn't it? You know, when you have this type of question, how do you work out the power here? Okay, and you weren't asked that at GCSE, so quite simply, you bring in a logarithm, okay, and you just got to think that to get the power there, x, okay, you take the 2 over the other side and do the opposite. The opposite here is a logarithm. You just got to think like that, just like the opposite of squaring. When you've got a squared function, when you take the square over, you square root. And you know, in this case now, when you want the power, okay, well you just take the base over. You just got to think of that, right? So think of 2. 2 is obviously the base, so you just got to think swing the base over, and it creates a logarithm, and you end up working out what x is then the power. So when you swing that base over, it'll be logarithm to the base 2 of 3. Okay, and you get your calculator, it does it all for you then. So basically log to the base 2 of 3, and we get that out to be then 1.583 significant figures. Okay, right, with the second one here, again, same approach. Now the power in this case is all of that, right, 3x. Okay, that involves the power there. So you just think, well, I want to work out the power, don't I? I want to work out what x is, but you think of the power there, 3x as one package, but let's take that 5 over then. Let's take the base over. When you take the base over, it creates a logarithm. Okay, so logarithm to that base, which is 5 of 8. And then you get what 3x is equal to when you work this out, yeah? So I could work that out now on my calculator, okay? But perhaps before I work it out on my calculator, let's sort of deal with this 3, shall we? Because this is 3x. Well, to get x on its own, of course, because I'm timesing here by 3, when you take it over, you'll divide. So, do you know what? I can do this in one go on my calculator if I just write it like that. Okay, so quite simply, press the fraction button, log to the base 5 of 8, and then divide the whole thing by 3, and it just does it all for me then straight away. So 0.431, I'll round there. That'll be 1, of course, to 3 significant figures. When it comes to C, okay, again, you know, the power is more complex here, right? More complicated looking, but just treat it the same, right, as you've done before. You want to work out that power, okay? Whatever's in that power, you've got to solve there. But you've got this base of 8, so take that base over, swing the base, and create a logarithm. Okay, so be logarithm to that base 8 of 3. Okay. So that's your logarithm there of base 8 of 3, okay? And before I type that in, I'm going to manipulate this so I can get x equals. So yeah, take that minus 1 over. So rewrite this as 2x equals log to the base 8 of 3, and of course it becomes plus 1, won't it? Because that minus 1 goes over, becomes plus 1. Deal with the 2, so then it'd be log to the base 8 of 3 plus 1, and you can divide the whole thing by 2 when you take that 2 over the other side. So you can do all this in one go on your calculator. Log to the base 8 of 3 plus 1 all over 2, and if you work that out there, okay, so you get, if I've done that right, 0.764, okay, to 3 significant figures.